The conflict between Iran, the United States, and Israel is now moving beyond military strikes and into the global economy. After coordinated US Israeli attacks on Iran, Tehran launched retaliatory strikes targeting assets linked to its advisories across the Middle East, including Israel and several Gulf countries hosting American military presence. Now, there are warnings of a far bigger risk. Iran has hinted it could shut down the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important energy routes in the world. Even the threat alone is already shaking global markets. So, what exactly is the Strait of Hormuz? And why does it matter so much? The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow waterway located between Iran on one side and Oman and the United Arab Emirates on the other. It connects the Gulf to the Arabian Sea and global shipping routes beyond. At its narrowest point, the strait is just 33 kilometers wide, but the shipping lanes used by oil tankers are only about 3 kilometers wide in each direction, making them highly vulnerable during conflict. Despite this, some of the world's largest oil and gas carriers pass through this corridor every day. The Strait of Hormuz is effectively the world's energy lifeline. Around 20 million barrels of oil move through it daily, roughly one-fifth of global oil consumption. Oil exports from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, the UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, and Iran all rely on this single route. It is equally critical for natural gas. Nearly 20% of global LNG shipments pass through the same corridor, much of it destined for Asian markets. If Hormuz slows down, global energy supply tightens immediately. European officials say commercial vessels crossing the strait have received warning transmissions from Iran's Revolutionary Guard forces indicating ships may not be allowed to pass. Iran has not officially closed the waterway. However, tanker operators are already reacting. Several shipping companies have paused oil and gas transit, while dozens of tankers are waiting in open waters near Gulf coastlines because of security fears. Reports also point to rising military activity around the strait, including an incident involving an oil tanker near Oman. This signals that energy infrastructure is increasingly exposed to the conflict. A full closure would disrupt nearly one-fifth of globally traded oil overnight. Energy analysts warn prices would not rise gradually. They could jump sharply on fear alone. Oil prices could move toward or beyond $100 per barrel if supply disruptions continue. That would quickly translate into higher fuel prices worldwide. Countries across Asia, including China, India, Japan, and South Korea, depend heavily on Gulf energy flows. For energy importing economies like Pakistan, higher oil prices mean rising transport costs, electricity tariffs, and inflation pressure almost immediately. Energy shocks rarely remain confined to oil markets. Higher crude prices increase manufacturing costs, shipping expenses, and food prices globally. Economists warn sustained oil prices near $100 per barrel could significantly raise global inflation. That would make it harder for central banks to reduce interest rates and could slow economic recovery, particularly in developing economies. Financial conditions would tighten and recession risk could increase. During previous confrontations, shipping through Hormuz continued despite tensions. This time, commercial traffic itself is already slowing. More than 150 oil and gas tankers are reportedly waiting outside the strait instead of passing through it. Even hesitation reduces supply flows and markets react quickly to uncertainty. The Strait of Hormuz has long been considered the world's most dangerous economic choke point. Today, it sits at the center of an escalating regional conflict. If fighting expands, the consequences will not remain in the Middle East. They will be felt in fuel prices, inflation, and economic stability across the world. Because in modern conflicts, energy routes are as critical as battlefields, and right now the world is watching Hormuz.